want to preface it with, I don't like giving predictions specifically because I don't like to be wrong. And I feel like predictions are just a great way to be wrong a lot.
Or a great way to learn.
Yeah, I guess.
Or learn how you weren't right, I guess.
I guess, but you could just do that by like, keeping them to yourself, writing them down instead of making them public. Just another way of thinking about it. But anyways, I think that, but I'm going to give you something good.
Okay.
There's all these different things that I think would be very cool to happen. Whether they happen or not, no idea. But I want to imagine that when PulseChain launches, all the people from the other ecosystems are actually going to come check their wallets and see their coins and do something with them. Whether they dump them all or whatever it is, I feel like that is just a great onboarding for a ton of new people. And so like that part is what I'm hoping happens. And then the influencers, all the big influencers are in. We got Ivan on Tech. We got what's his name? I'm not gonna name all the people who were on the fence or not talking about it or whatever. They all want to have Richard on live stream ASAP. Like they want to hear from this guy. And that's been giving me just a smile lately, man. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is real. Like you get people who have 300K, 500K, million followers. They have their groups. They have the people who follow them for better or for worse. You have them talking good things about something that's about to launch. I think that's fantastic. And I think that, I've said before, I even saying last year, like I think the community will double. I mean, like 6 months to a year after launch, I think we will double. And that's hard to do because we're small, but we're like beefy community. Like we got people on the ground doing a lot of cool stuff. We thick, exactly. And if we triple that thickness or we double that thickness and we have even more big brains, imagine adding another Alex from Hedron into the ecosystem.
Oh my God.
Imagine adding, Dipcatcher, Gold Key, like all the founders. Imagine adding I always want to say the wrong word, but Buck from Fiat. I can't say his other name because I get it too confused. Imagine adding, like him and all the other big brains in the ecosystem. There's a ton of other great founders too. But the people who are building stuff to make Hex great with the scrappy, just, small but mighty ecosystem that we've been chugging along with the last 3 years, imagine that doubling or even 50% larger big brains. What other stuff is going to be built? Like what is the case for this going poorly? Somebody tell me like a legit case of like how this is, tell me the dystopia that can become the Hex PulseChain rich art community. I don't want to dare the universe. I'm not trying to tempt fate right now, but I don't see it. I only see the freaking Pluto, man. Like it's crazy. So the influencers are in. I could see them bringing a lot of people. The people checking their coins is what I'm super excited. I'm excited to people who are in all the other coins to start tweeting about their copies on PulseChain and what if they're worth money? What if on PulseChain they're paired, they get bridged? People, if you pair certain coins to pair it to another coin and the other coin has value, logically that coin's going to have some value, right? Because it's a ratio. So I just don't see how that. I don't know. I can't see that going poorly. Like I see that going like at least okay, if not extremely well. And that doesn't mean they're all going to come over and use all the infrastructure and all that stuff. At least not initially. But it means there's money and people see money. They go crazy for airdrops in their ecosystem, let alone all the other ecosystems. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing that happen. And see, I'm like framing these predictions as like what I hope to happen. It's not.
Yeah, I've noticed. I was just going to say, what do you mean hope? This is a prediction.
Exactly. It is not a prediction. It is what I hope to see happen, which could be true. You never know. And I'll say one more thing. So the amount of on the price, I'll talk about just that's the biggest thing on people's mind is there going to be a dump? When's there going to be a dump? If or when, what time frame? Should you have dry powder? Should you have Hex to get the copy? That's what everyone's trying to figure out right now. I don't think there's, for me, I've struggled with it too. We talked about this the other day with money printer strategies. Like I asked you and Dylan, do you have a plan? Do you have like this if else scenarios? If you see this happening, are you going to do this? And I've really been trying to formulate that myself I've been trying to write down like what kind of game plan for if I see this happening, how I'm going to take advantage of it, or if not, like what are the numbers I need to see in order to make a move, either buy or sell, and what time frame is and if they're going to be a dump, what time frame is that going to happen? How am I going to prepare for that? So whatever happens and whatever time frame this thing plays out, I hope the market conditions lately have, not good for the average, person in the Western world, at least, America, Canada, and otherwise. But for crypto, I'm hoping there's this just storm of like, we need better money. We need to put our dry powder somewhere, and all these other assets are not doing it for us. So there's this thing that's been down for a long time. And within that thing, there's our things, there's our stuff. And when they see all the money printers and all the amazing stuff that we have, and it's new and it's shiny and they want in, I hope we're able to complete the story, complete the book. I almost feel like, I don't say like writing a Bible, but like, I want this story to go full circle. I want Richard to have the glory. I want all the people who are making these products, all the founders. I want, I hope Hedron goes to the moon. I hope all the stuff that people are building that has utility and has value and has these basic principles that just, again, get you to play healthy, fair games. I hope they do tremendously well. And we're never looked at again as a scam ecosystem, as this, oh, wait, blah, 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 all this, like, I hope it's kind of like this proving point of like, I think Richard, like we talked about before, I think Richard's going to go to longevity at some point. He's going to pivot at the right time. But I want his story and these products, and I want his story to be complete. Like, I hope his story kind of completes on the crypto side, and then the community kind of not takes over, but, is able to take what has been built and push it further. And it's kind of self-sustaining. That's what I hope happens. And that's, to me, that's a beautiful future. And I'm in it to win it, man. So that's yeah, it gets me excited just thinking about it.
I love it. I love that take. And I think it's actually pretty likely, if you compare other ecosystems to what this is, this is going to have a crazy focus. And I mean, it is going to kind of be detached from a lot of the stuff and focused on what is needed in crypto. And the ethos is there. The principles are there. The community is there. I mean, we have a level of adoption already. We just need that next level.